Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sport. And we are now, 15, 16, 17 hours in the aftermath of what was an epic win by the Boks up against Australia yesterday. One of the perfect, I wouldn't say a perfect game, far from a perfect game, perfect result for the Boks, who absolutely outclassed Australia, who didn't pitch up really. So it's difficult to kind of read into as much how good were the Boks compared to how bad were the Wallabies. I thought they were very, very poor. But I thought the Boks, at the end of the day, you play as well as you're allowed to play, and I thought that the Boks didn't allow them anything. And I think that really contributed to such a dominant performance. But now, you can't rest on your laurels because just hours after the win, New Zealand went and absolutely pumped Argentina. Whilst Argentina did quite well to nullify New Zealand in the second half, that 20-minute period where New Zealand were untouchable is a sign of warning that the New Zealand side can turn it up if you are sloppy and if you allow them to. And so all of a sudden, we already have to turn our minds over to the All Blacks. In fact, Rasmus Jacques, and Felix Jones are probably right now in a plane circling somewhere on their way to Auckland to link up with the rest of the squad. And there are some interesting squad news developments that have come out this morning in the report, which is usually a very good source. So this is what we were talking about today. Now, before we speak about some of the team news and what apparently has been reported, please do subscribe to the channel as well. Please do smash a like on the video. Right, so 13 players are over there, 14 if you count Khaleesi, but he is obviously not available. He's just there for leadership and working with the medical staff with his recovery. So apparently the team news is that, first of all, Eben Etzebeth is not only set to start the match, but is set to captain the team against the All Blacks. And I think that Dwayne Vermeulen was superb yesterday, and obviously was a really good captain as well. I don't think he'll start next weekend. I think it will be Jasper Wiese. So apparently he is on track to captain them. He has captained them 12 times, but he's actually only captained once during the Rasmus and Jacques era. Apparently as well, this is very, very interesting, is that apparently DAMIAN WILLEMSE is set to wear the 10, which is actually wouldn't be surprising because they did list him basically as the second choice 10. Manie Libbok is the third choice 10, Alton Yankee is the fourth choice 10, Andre Pollard still be number 1, but he's not going to play in the Rugby Championship. So apparently WILLEMSE is set to start in the 10 jersey, which would be interesting, especially on the back of such an assured Manie Libbok performance yesterday. I thought that he really grew into the game and had a very solid outing. DAMIAN WILLEMSE is now going to be thrown into the deep end, but thrown into the mix in the number 10. What will be interesting are the rest of the combinations. We assume that halfback pairing will be DAMIAN WILLEMSE and Faf de Klerk will start. A lot of people, it's interesting because some people liked what they saw from Kobus Reinach yesterday, some people didn't. A lot of people like what they saw from Grant Williams, and I think fair enough. For me, Faf de Klerk still number 1 by a long way. I think his tactical kicking is much better than everybody else, and I think his defensive work is paramount to the way the Boks play their rugby. What's interesting is apparently the centre pairing will be Damian de Allende and JC Creel, which is not surprising given how they split the squad. But it's interesting that a year ago, there would have been absolutely no chance JC Creel would have started ahead of Lukhanyo Am at outside centre. And that's not to say that now he's got to against the All Blacks. That's not to say that now all of a sudden JC Creel is above Lukhanyo Am in the pecking order. But I think that he did a solid enough job at the end of year tour last year, and they want to see and see whether he is maybe the better option or sort of what the combinations potentially look like. Pimpy was set to start on the left wing. I'm sure we'll see Cheslin Colby on the right wing. So it'll be interesting to see, for example, what we're going to see Kirkley Arns on the bench. He does cover fullback and wing, so could be quite a good option to have off the bench, especially if you've got like a Willie LaRue, Cheslin Colby and Dan Willemse all starting. You could still go with a 6-2 split with a Kirkley Arns because Willemse can cover inside centre, fullback, wing, 10. Willie LaRue, for example, can cover wing, fullback. Cheslin Colby can cover 10. They've said they could potentially play 10 as well if needed be. Personally, I think Manie Libbok is your perfect sort of bench player in that 6-2 split. Plays at fullback and 10. And as I said, when you've got DAMIAN WILLEMSE in the side, then you can do a lot. Assuming we will go with the 6-2 split. For me, what will be interesting is to see the forwards. Franco Mostard's over there. Malcolm Marx, obviously, I think probably set to start. Jean-Luc Dupré is over there, for example. Lourdes Diago, I think, will start in the 5. I think Marvin Roy's been left behind, so it'll probably be the standard Eben Etzebeth, Lourdes Diago. For me, it'll be interesting to see Kwagga Smith probably for me. I think the loose show will probably be Kwagga Smith, Franco Mostard, Jasper Wiese, Peter Step-Toy potentially coming off the bench with, for me, probably like a Jean-Luc Dupré, potentially maybe Dwayne Vermeulen. I'll be surprised Peter Step-Toy's not in the mix though, so it'll be interesting to see how they sort of weigh that up. Jean Klein's been taken over. Will he be in the mix? I'm thinking probably not. I'd like to see him. get an opportunity, because Arcus Neyman's also going to be sort of factored into that. So I'm very interested to see how we go. Whether we maybe go back to sort of those 4 locks and we go Etzebeth, Diago, Mostert, Arcus Neyman, and you can go Dwayne Vermeulen or Jean-Luc Deprez on the bench there. So which gives you a lot of options. So that's sort of some of the team news and what was apparently coming out. We'll know for certain on Tuesday when the team is released. But that is the report. Well, according to the report that has come out today. Let me know what do you think about the idea of Damian Willemse at 10, Evan Etzebeth leading the side. What do you think? Did anybody yesterday play themselves into contention? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.